So once you've drawn your two vectors separate from each other, and you've probably found your x and your y and your x and your y. So I'll go through and just write that out. If you're still working on it, you can continue working on it and just check your work. So to find our x, I'm going to use cos because it's adjacent over hypotenuse. And then you use your sine function to find your y vector. Oh, thanks. So you find the x and your y for your first vector, and then your x and your y for your second one. So to find x2, you can use cos. Can someone tell me what is the x? I don't have my calculator for the second triangle.
1.07736.
Thank you. And then to find y2, you can use your sine function. And that's 2.96. Is that right? Okay. Now, here's a key thing. When you're doing your x's and your y's, though, you need to make sure that you're putting in whether it's negative or positive. So, our east directions are positive. Okay? East directions are positive.
Equals 1.0.
And this is a kind of a north direction, so it also stays positive. But here my y is going down. So I need to make sure that this is labeled as a negative. So you all made it this far? Okay. So now what we need to do is basically you're saying, okay, I figured out how far east and west I'm going. That's all your x, okay? And your x up there. Then you said, okay, I figured out how far north or south I'm going. And that's all your y. So now we have to add them together. We have to add the x's together and add the y's together, and then we can make our triangle to use. Okay, so our x total is equal to x1 plus x2. So I add them together, 0.6883 plus 1.077. And these are both kilometers. So my x total is 1.766 kilometers.
Is there any Kleenex in here?
Yeah. Okay, now I can find my y total by doing the same thing. So I'm adding y1 plus y2, 0.9830 kilometers, plus negative 2.960 kilometers. So that's really important that we've included our direction vectors as negative and positive. So our y total is negative 1.977 kilometers. Now we use these two quantities to make a new triangle to give us our overall what we've done. Because this is overall what we've done x, overall what we've done y, but I want to figure out what's my net displacement. So now, we have our x is 1.76, and I know that it was, do I know that before? Yeah, I know that this direction was 55 degrees was my first vector, my overall d1. My overall displacement of my first vector was 55 degrees in that direction. Then my overall second displacement was in my more southern direction. So what I'm trying to find out is going from start to finish. This is my overall displacement. That's my question. So in order to find also my true displacement, I also need to be looking for the angle here. So to find our red line, we can use Pythagorean's theorem. Is this d equal to negative 1.977? So to solve for c, it equals 2.651 kilometers. To solve for our angle, tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. So theta is equal to the inverse of tan multiplied by our opposite over adjacent. And theta is equal to 48 degrees. So now I can write my final answer. So my displacement is equal to 2.65 kilometers, 48 degrees south of east.
Why 48 degrees?
Because that was the theta, that was the angle of this vector.
Like from the blue line to red, like the half.
Yes.
But 45 or 48 plus 55 doesn't equal 90.
It's not a right
But-
triangle.
Yeah. Then how can you use Pythagoras theorem? It's not a right
You
triangle.
should have two triangles drawn.
What?
You shouldn't have that 55 in there if it's a right triangle.
That's like the total of the triangle. That's not the two separate triangles. You're getting lost because I put the x and y, you combine them together and you make a new triangle, right?
Right.
Yeah, just draw that like that's the balance.
Here, you come up and show me what you mean.
Do you mind?
Yeah.
Or not? But do you know what I mean?
No, come show.
I think it might just be the way you drew it. Like, because the work makes sense, just the picture is different.
You draw the triangle where it's just straight east and just straight south, so it's a
It's
right
like you
triangle.
have,
In that one, you have like this one drawn, and you have this one drawn.
Right?
So then you find like
The total x.
the x and the y, and then you draw another triangle. So first you go east, then you go south. So it's like your total distance east.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And this is total south.
Right.
Because then you can use Pythagoras.
Okay. Good. I
Yeah.
like that better.
You're really good at what you do.
Yes. Thank you.
That's what I
So, yes, this drawing lends to misconceptions, perhaps, of what's really happening. So this would be a better way to draw. As we said, well, we know our total east is equal to 1.76, and our total south is negative 1.977. Then it's probably more clear that we can use Pythagoras theorem and know that it's a right angle triangle.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a much better way. Very
Where
good.
does the 55 go over?
Nowhere.
Because it's a different.
it goes on that.
Yeah, it's the first
Like that.
triangle that we were.
Find 48.
We use our tan. Yeah. Thank you. Is that better? Good. Okay, so to me, I thought that was a kind of a challenge or question because you had to take the two vectors, find your total x, find your total y, and then put them together again. So now you can work on your take-home quiz.